Looks like we've taken to ban LeBlanc, Caitlyn, and Renekton. Nothing really. Oh,
Zeri's enabled.
Zeri is enabled.
Oh,
That's a shock to me.
Oh,
I was not surprised.
A shock
Yeah,
indeed.
a shock. That pun is intended.
Let's go. That's hype.
And we can talk about Zeri when we get into the game, but for now, let's just go with this. Response is Senna, which is also a very good champion on this patch with her new buffs, receiving that slow on her Q. She's already in a good place, so a good response here. Plus the Veigar. Definitely interested to see where this Veigar will go. I would imagine mid, but I wouldn't put it past our bot lane to play something a little bit spicy with the Senna Veigar.
It's a very interesting pick. We haven't seen that yet. I definitely respect the Veigar.
Xin Zhao, the response for the jungle, definitely is a current staple in the current meta. Really like to see it. Just really, really effective in doing what he does. And I'm starting to think this Veigar may actually be a direct response to Zeri, because it feels like his cage takes up so much space and kind of stops her from being able to do what she wants to do. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And Karma will be the lock-in. I like this look. Zeri is very good. It seems the early consensus is that she's very good with enchanters, champions that can give her a buff, speed her up, things like that seem to be what work the best. And Jarvan 4 is the pick for KU. I really like this. Played it last week, correct? Did he?
There was a J4 in at least one of the games, yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Good reply to Zinja.
Good champion, yes. Darius ban.
Interesting. Okay.
Pinching some pools over here. Makes sense. Wonder what the response will be. I wonder if they are certain that the Veigar is mid, or if they are also worried about it flex. If they are, I would definitely see some mid bans here, but if they feel like it's a mid laner, then maybe we won't.
That's a tricky one, yeah.
Or they will miss a ban. Alrighty. That's unfortunate.
Alright.
I'm sure that will not have any negative consequences whatsoever. Dr. Mundo taken away. A little bit unfortunate. I love Dr. Mundo. Very cool champion. Alright. We'll see if they actually manage to get their ban. It is Tom Kench. On this patch, a much better support after receiving some buffs to being able to help some allies a little bit better. I like this Singed hover.
Ooh.
I can't imagine it gets picked. It would make my heart happy if it is, but I can't imagine it.
You know what? I think it is.
You'd say it is?
Ooh. No, come on.
And Gragas is the lock-in. It is that Gragas top lane, really safe blind.
Yeah.
Can go for the AP build, can go for the tank build, but given the current comp, I would be shocked to see anything other than that tank Gragas. This is a stable lane, kind of neutralizes a lot of these matchups with the popular top laners right now.
KU's bans have really heavily targeted that top lane. Let's see what they go with next. Hovering the Zed, going with the Syndra.
That Zed hover at 4 seconds made me a little hopeful, but no. Syndra's still cool. I'm with it.
What to go top here? Into a Gragas.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what it'll be. I'm sure it's not something I can predict, though. The popular thing is Gwen.
Yeah, we saw Gwen in the last series. She did decent against the
Graves.
Gragas.
All right.
Okay.
Graves, once he really gets going with his lethality build, is really disgusting. Just does so much damage. So we'll be curious to see if he can get to that point in kind of a farm fest that is the Gragas lane. Looks like it is possibly, if this is locked in. I'll wait to say it. Okay, it is going to be Senna Veigar bot lane, it looks like, which is really exciting.
This is exciting.
Because I do think this is a planned counter into Zeri, where you say, okay, when she wants to do her thing and get really fast and just start running around everywhere, I just place my cage and we disengage, let her ult run off, and really let, it kind of just slows the whole momentum that Zeri wants to create. So I'm interested to see if that will actually work, how it will work, if it's effective. It's really exciting. I like this kind of a big brain counter pick to it.
There was very little hesitation in logging those two champs in right off the bat for you. You see the Zeri and then you go boom Senna, boom Veigar.
Yeah,
I think they're up to something.
I think they maybe have anticipated this a little bit. Zeri is definitely the newest addition to the 200 Years collection. So having a prepared response on red side is definitely a good thing. And with that, we do have to wait for the 3-minute spectator delay. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back with the game starting.
And welcome back. We are in game now, getting started. Let's go.
Oh yeah, it's like we got typical 5-point from KU, but a little bit of something spicy here from Illinois.
A little bit of cheese.
We'll see if anything ends up coming from this. Coming up on Veigar. Oh
Veigar?
no!
Oh no!
Okay, he does flash that Karma Q, so it looks like they will just get the flash from the Veigar and a little bit of deep vision. I wonder if they'll stick around to take this blue buff. Looks like the answer to that is no, and everybody will kind of return. And in response to that, KU do move in on that top side and get some deep vision of their own. Although it does look like they are staying around, maybe to see if they can take away that blue buff or catch Graves on that rotation. Looks like Graves is going to take the safe way back to top lane, and they'll probably just take away that blue buff, get an advantage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like that response because then you can 3-buff before Xin Zhao really even realizes it. Although if he does go from red to Raptors then to topside rather than going to Krugs, then you have a little bit less time to then go back into your bot side to get your blue buff. But I really like this adaptation from KU. Never mind. He'll stick around for the Gromp as well, and then maybe they'll try to split the map. Which looks like is going to be the answer. Xin Zhao is moving into the bot jungle, and it'll be just a split map.
Definitely the right call there.
Bot lane trading going a little bit the way of Illinois. Ooh. Syndra is so oppressive in the early lane, especially for a champ like Corki, who really needs that time levels and money to like become strong, where Syndra is kind of just good from level 1, really just a bully in that lane.
This KU bot lane is gonna struggle for the first couple levels here. It's a lot of oppression coming.
Might see a dive come
there.
out.
Potential to get a kill. Diving on the Veigar. Looks like it will be taken out. First blood over to Illinois. Oh, but Karma's getting dangerously low. Will get executed by our wonderful Senna.
It's a good response to that dive. It's a little bit unfortunate you have that wave being shoved into you right when the map is being split. Oh, but he's going Xin Zhao here.
Xin Zhao gets dove. A little bit of a surprise there.
And he really just got caught on rotation there. He probably should have just tried to either go for the Gromp or just recall, because he's only 2 camps, so he's level 2. Really can't fight that level 3 Jarvan, especially at that health bar. And it looks like Jarvan is even sticking around for some Raptors as we have a little bit of action in top lane.
Oh, the beautiful crabs have come online in the river. 315. Remember it, folks.
They might be weaker, or they might be worth less gold this season, but it's still worth losing the game over.
Wrangle all nearby crabs.
Alright, checking out some early CS. Looks like we've got about a 13 CS lead in top lane, and pretty much even everywhere else. It is that farming Veigar with the fasting Senna, the support Senna, which I do think is a good way to go about this. Veigar is definitely a more gold hungry champion than Senna is. And again, Corki taking the rough side of some of these trades in mid lane based on the power of Syndra, but they've got a collapse going on here.
Kansas is looking for a play. Senna's there, hopefully landed the Q. Ooh, does get the root off. A little bit of a combo there. Some gold gained, but it's not going to be able to finish it off. Senna will get stunned, but guess who's here? Oh, but she will get executed by the Xin Zhao. Flash will come in for both Corgi and Xin Zhao. Picks up 2 kills there. That's looking rough. We'll see if the J4 can finish him off.
Wow. So much is going on. Xin Zhao, who had kind of like a really rough transition from that bot dive back into his own jungle, getting caught out there, really is just in the right place at the right time. Senna just overextending for that kill, not quite able to finish off Syndra, even the J4 not able to with the good flash extension on that EQ combo. And Corki dying on the end there was really just the icing on the cake for how a little bit sad this is. But good trades going on here.
A lot of poke coming from that Corgi.
Corki will only get stronger as the game goes on. He can opt into something like the Maw to deal with Syndra, and even some damage from Zeri and Karma. I'd be interested to see if he goes for that.
Xinjia's looking to sneak a little bit here in the bot lane. We'll see if they can catch Kansas out.
Maybe just looking to support his laners as they're trying to maybe shove a wave into turret and get their own base off. Yep.
There's a very rough CS difference in the
Ooh.
top lane currently.
Yeah, Graves definitely. It's really hard to play versus. Oh, as we got a little
Stuns left and right happening. Not able to get the cage off from the Veigar. Senna getting dangerously low, but not quite getting the kill.
So that control ward being placed there, for those of you who have not been able to see the new champion Zeri, her basic attack is actually her Q button, and it's a skill shot, which means it can be blocked like things similar to Graves autos. So placing that control ward there is just a precaution that you can stand behind the control ward and block a couple of autos from Zeri and take a little bit less damage than you would have earlier. But my other point is Graves is just such a hard champion to lane against with that fleet footwork. He procs it so easily, and with his dash that is on such a short cooldown, it feels like it's really hard to really get anything done versus him. So going down in CS definitely does feel bad, but with the tank build, hopefully it'll all even out as Graves items may be a little bit more expensive. Alright. Looks like we have KU setting up for possibly... Nope, he's just walking through river, my bad. We have a blue handoff onto Syndra in mid lane. And Corki coming from base. Got the package coming in about a minute, which I assume is when KU will try to make a look for this dragon. If I was on the side of Illinois, I would maybe try to get that done before Corki has package, but we will see kind of how that shakes out here in the next couple minutes.
Pretty even on the jungle CS. There was a little bit of a fiesta going on, splitting the two sides of the map. A little bit wonky there, but really impressive that both these junglers are able to just keep the pressure under control, able to farm despite the circumstances.
Yeah, especially for the Xinjiao, who was put really far behind, only getting 2 camps, not really being able to capitalize on that split map past the dive, but really being thrust back into the game through that failed mid lane play from KU. But yes, right before 8 minutes, Xinjiao does go on the dragon.
Karma gets a root off. Cage is online. Veigar doing a little bit of poke, but the wave is going to crash.
It's just a good play. Like, you can kind of just take that fight if you're the side of Illinois, because your junglers are dragon. You're just trying to pressure them off of the wave so that you can get it really easily. And that was really their timer to take it before Corki would have package. So taking it there is the right call, I believe. Got some pings on that Rift Herald. Running straight from base, running to Rift Herald. It looks like Karma's going to be heading up there with him. Good rotation. We'll see if KU have anything to respond to it.
Veigar has hit level 6 before the Zeri. And she's currently alone in lane. Not quite sure where the Karma is.
Ooh.
Looks like
Zeri
she's
is
headed
level
to
6.
upside, though.
We'll see if Zeri tries to
1v2.
do something a little bit crazy here. I don't imagine she will, but it would be fun to see, at least. And with Jarvan pathing bot side and I feel that they know this Rift Herald is going on and they're choosing to give it over, saying it's not worth it. We don't need to fight right now. We've got the Veigar, we've got the Corki.
The stun will hit, the double stun. Oh,
okay.
The J4 dives in. A flash will come through from the Zeri. Not able to finish her off. Send a little bit of poke. Veigar will get the flash ultimate off. Beautiful stuff. Ooh. And a Graves will finish off the Gragas in the top lane.
So that as there's a 3-man play bot lane for the Zeri, there's a 4-man play top lane for the Gragas. It's a 1-for-1 trade across the map, although that Rift Herald will be used to take out this top lane turret. Notably, I feel like Zeri could have lived there. She definitely felt like she could maybe do a little something. It was really clean with the cleanse, getting to cancel out the root from the Senna. It just shortens the duration of it. And then the flash on the J4 ulti. I feel like could have maybe just walked out there, but got a little over eager to have a highlight play and does end up going down. And as I said before, that top lane tower does go down to the Rift Herald. So the 1-for-1 play is definitely looking a little bit more worth it for Illinois right now, as we have about a 2,000 gold lead here at 10.5 minutes. If I'm KU right now, I'm not really that worried. This is a pretty, like, I mean, the gold lead is a lot for it being only 10 minutes, but I'm feeling good with Corki and Veigar on my team. These champions scale ridiculously hard with items and with levels.
Ooh, a cage will trap the Karma. Will they have enough damage before she gets out? Doesn't look like it, but the second root's gonna hit. An ultimate, but not able to finish her off.
Karma barely gets out there. Does have to burn the flash. No summoners burned from KU, but they do burn that Senna ulti, which isn't really that big of a deal. So definitely a worthwhile play, especially considering that baby cage from Veigar is a much shorter cooldown than the flash. Zeri is up pretty far. This is why Xin Zhao is here hovering, trying to make sure she's not going to be in any danger. And it looks like people will retreat back to their sides of the map.
Ooh, a root will be hit on the Zeri. Dashes over the wall to safety. Love that.
Zeri can vault over any wall in the game with her E. She will skate on it, regardless of how thick it is. If her E brings her into a wall, she will go over it. So we see a little bit of that there, clipping that corner to get a little bit more safety from the Senna.
Both junglers hovering in this bot lane. A lot of tension, potentially able to get released.
In mid lane, kind of just Corki did die earlier, but other than that, it's pretty even. I imagine the CS makes up for the 2 assists gold. Ooh, as junglers will meet here in the jungle.
Ooh. J4 looking to disengage from this fight, does not want to take it with the Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao knocks up, an ult will have to be used by the J4, and not quite able to get finished off. The Senna healing clutched.
And Xin Zhao gets to live with that crescent guard.
Oh, the greed.
That ultimate is so frustrating to play against. Oh, so much damage coming from the Veigar there. But Xin Zhao can really just kind of walk forward.
Ooh, a Grog Assault. But the vault, over the wall. Love to see it.
You do love to see it. Yeah, there's a lot of action. No kills come of it. Nothing else really comes of it, except some low health bars and a flash burned from Jarvan. Dragon is coming up here now, and Corki does have package. I'm not sure for how much longer, but KU are definitely going to want to try to take this down while they still have the package. Ooh. That is a 2-level lead and a 60 CS lead in the top lane.
Zeri just able to 1v2, just suppress them. But J4 will pick up the dragon, which is really nice here. Zeri gets... Oh, that's the Karma. Karma gets caught up. Will the Xin Zhao be able to escape the barrage of Kansas? Not quite able to do so. Zeri getting dangerously low. Syndra looking to get caught in the cage.
Oh, Jay's with the flash. Oh,
just
goodness.
the sheer amount of damage that the Graves is able to cough off. Let's see if we can pick up any more. J4 has to smite for the heal, but it looks like he will be able to get out.
Okay, that was a really crazy fight. It might not be over. Graves, nope, okay, he does decide Jarvan's a little bit too far under the dirt for his taste. So, that was a 3 for 2, if I believe?
It looks like it.
Yeah, for the side of KU, getting that triple kill on Corki, definitely accelerating his process. I do expect we'll see some Sork shoes, plus maybe... Oh, he is going the crit build rather than the AP build that we've been seeing pop up, where your rockets just kind of nuke everybody. But yeah, we didn't really get to see Zeri do much in that fight. I can't say whether or not it was because of the Veigar or if it was because other reasons, such as me just remembering that she used her ult before the fight, and it did end up running out before she could really make use of it. In these team fights, she really is reliant on her ult to give her bonus attack speed, a lot of movement speed, and really just able to take over the fight by being everywhere at once. Ooh.
J4's in a little bit of danger. Xin Zhao will engage. A Senna ult, potentially healing, but does not matter.
Well, did say that the crab is worth losing the game over, so at least we got the crab.
We got the crab.
That's really what matters. It's crab percent speedrun. So back to what I was saying earlier. This top lane has definitely not gone the greatest for KU this game. Gragas has not hit his item yet. He might be pretty close, probably going for the Iceborne Gauntlet, if I had to guess. But that Graves with 4 kills, a 1k shutdown. Yeah, he's going to be pretty impossible to deal with in the side lane.
Second Rift Herald going over to Illinois. We'll see what they can do with it.
If Zeri matching their Gragas down bot lane, at least for a little bit. Alright, so if you are not familiar with Zeri, what you were just seeing her do there is the burst fire is that Q button, which acts as her auto attack, and whenever she kind of finger guns something, that's her, just like that, that is her actual right click, which it looks funny, in my opinion, actually. Alright, Graves dealing lots of damage with picking up that collector. You don't want to be Senna running up on on this Graves right now. Not have fun. But it looks like we'll take some resets. Everybody will come and clear some waves, and we'll get back to relative calm.
This Graves CS is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, almost 200 CS at 17 minutes. Really had kind of the easiest game of his life, it looks like. The gold lead, do want to check in with that. The gold lead is about 2,000, little over 2,000, little under 3,000, looks like. Ooh.
Oh, he's starting to chunk.
He does so much damage.
Oh.
It's so crazy.
Oh.
Ooh, Zeri slowed by Senna.
Senna will not be able to hit that
Vaults
root.
over the wall. Looks like everything will be fine.
Ooh, a flash from the Senna will have to come out.
And a nice sidestep from Veigar there gets him out of danger without having to burn that flash.
Rift Herald gets plopped down right in the mid lane.
Get that Rift Herald charge, get the mid lane turret, escort it maybe for a second charge, and go set up for Dragon. They have so much more vision in this bottom side. If you take a look, 3 control wards in the bot side, a lot of vision in that quadrant. There's really almost nowhere for KU to go as they look for a fight here. Ooh, the package.
Package used. Catches out the Zeri. J4 will ultimate, try to get locked down. Oh, and a flash to knock up the Xin Zhao. Beautiful stuff. Gragas is there, hopefully able to take it out. Ult will come online, a flash will be used, and that's going to be the Xin Zhao taken care of.
And it really looks like right there, Illinois just got a little overconfident. Like they have all the vision and everything, and they, I guess, lose track of the Corki, who's able to just drop this special delivery right into this small choke where they just get burned down and lose 3 members in the Dragon.
It's a really unfortunate time for the Graves to be back in there right before the Dragon.
Yeah, he does have TP. I wonder if there maybe was a good look for it, or if they had already kind of conceded that. But Corki definitely feels like he's starting to come online. Will for sure be online here in a moment with that shield bow purchase. About to transform that Manamune into the Muramana.
Ooh. A clever getaway from the Gragas. We'll see if he can actually get out. The slow is enough.
So this is why people like to blind pick Gragas and just go tank, where even though this Graves is so fed, he has 2 completed items, a lot of lethality, a lot of armor pen, the Gragas can really just kind of disengage, even without his ultimate. The Graves trying to chase him out. It does hurt taking the worst end of that trade, but at this point you're trying to survive and not let him have too much down there. As I
Once
say that,
again, Gragas, a little bit of a question coming from the Graves.
not really able to
and
go.
the Corki damage is there. Not quite able to pick up the Syndra, but it's close.
Unfortunately not able to burn her flash either, but that chunk is just... That is going to be something we will see quite frequently for the rest of this game, I do believe. And now, as we move into team fights, we'll really get to see how this Veigar pick works into Zeri. So far, I think it's worked pretty well. Zeri not really able to get anything done, But as we have bigger fights, I'm curious to see the impact of the cage, see what happens.
20 minutes has been hit. Baron has come online.
And it looks like Illinois are just starting it up. But it seems KU know about it. Do they know how fast it's going down?
Oh. Oh. Oh, just getting blasted there. A whole bunch of damage coming from Illinois. Kansas is able to pick up the Xin Zhao. Vaulting over the wall. Let's see what Ziri can do. Wow, just a sheer barrage of damage. Another flash coming from the Ziri. Gragas may be able to do some damage, get himself out. Baron completely ignored. Illinois is all about those kills. Now they say back up. Hold on, let's go back to Baron. Let's finish things off.
Alright, well, what looked to be a little bit of a comeback and a pretty decent game state for KU definitely turns into a disaster, as maybe they thought they could just sit behind the pit and try to contest. The Senna getting caught out really is really unlucky, and the Jarvan getting caught by some CC and really not able to get himself out there also goes down. It really makes the Veigar and the Gragas easy pickings for the rest of the team. And now we have that 3,000 gold lead back. They don't end up taking the Baron, so despite the team fight going 4 for 1, they do stop the Baron, which is the silver lining.
I'll take it.
We'll
honestly.
see if they are able to get anything else out of it. Maybe get some more presence on the map back, and hopefully not let something like that happen again.
The Kansas bot lane is this ticking time bomb of scaling AP. Can Illinois end the game before all of this Kansas damage comes online?
I'm also looking for this Corki to hit maybe 4 items, where at that point, I mean, he's 4-1. You can't really understate the team fight power from KU at this point, even if they are a couple thousand gold behind, because this Corki is so fed. He does so much damage. Going Essence Reaver 3rd item, one of, this core of Muramana, Immortal Shield Bow, and Essence Reaver is just such a strong combination for Corki. Yeah, it's going to be really disgusting if we can get some packages to look like that one earlier. But in order to get to that point, we need the side lane to go a little bit better. Gragas still being really beat up down there, which is unfortunate, but it looks like he's moving up here, trying to get something going. Alright, so what we're seeing here is a lot of play around Baron while the Dragon is up and Graves is down there by himself. The Dragon can spawn and he can do it himself, or everybody will move down there as a unit, and we'll see that go down. But it feels like Illinois really, as long as they just stand near the Baron, Jarvan can't really go anywhere else to try to do anything, because if he shows on the map bot side or taking Dragon, then they just go Baron.
It looks like Illinois will be opting to go to the Baron instead of the Drake here.
It's definitely a good play, but you need to try to get up here to check it, because it's going down pretty fast.
Baron at half health, the ward
Look
will
at
be
that
plopped
ward.
down. J4 getting dangerously close to Illinois here.
This time they have the package, and the Sen is not caught out, and the Jarvan doesn't get caught by that Scatter the Weak. So
Looks
we'll
like
see
Baron
if we're
will
able to get something
reset.
happen.
Oh, the Gragas coming in, managed to boop
Ooh.
up. A beautiful ult from the Gragas there. J4's going in real deep. Will actually get killed though. And it looks like Kansas is going to need to disengage. Corki hopping over the wall, manages to take 2 kills. A third coming in by is a beautiful tick-based damage.
That mastery flash, I like it.
The damage from the Graves, despite the Gragas being so tanky, just not able to do much there.
See if
Everyone's hopping over walls in this match.
Corki with just 1 rocket, you have to feel it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to make this one happen, but maybe he can fake him out and get out of here. Oh.
Does able to fake out the Graves.
So, while that was initially a really good look from Jarvan and Gragas, they get a good explosive cask to knock some members back into KU, and the Cataclysm caught 3 people. They really weren't able to follow up on it. The Corki package didn't come over the top, and they did have that Senna ult, but other than really Jarvan standing on top of everybody and the Senna ult, it was just a really hard play to follow up on. So another four death team fight for KU means that this gold lead will go to about 4,000. Starting to get a little bit out of hand, but still have to rely on that Corki. He is now 7-1. Can really put the team on his back. Hits level 16. Those rockets will start to do some, like, even more damage, and those packages as they come up are the difference maker. So we'll see if we're able to make that come true. But on the flip side, Graves is still 6-0, 3 items, about to pick up an IE, I do believe. Could also be a Bloodthirster, either of those I would believe. But that man is very scary as well. Really feels like a Corki versus Graves type of game. Who can carry harder?
They're very much even.
It
at
looks
this
like
point in time.
Illinois still positioning around the Baron. Maybe they do want to start it up. Blue Trinket does get used. We'll see kind of what happens. A couple members for KU in the top lane, maybe trying to catch out Syndra or catch somebody out in a rotation.
The Graves turret damage.
Oh.
The Graves damage in general. Ooh, a beautiful by the Grogs there. Able to get the Graves under turret, but still gets killed by the Graves.
Yeah, that explosive cask. Graves does flash to be knocked towards the Gragas with that one, which I think is, I mean, it's just crazy. He does so much damage. Able to take that turret, take out the Gragas, dead for 30 seconds, and it looks like he's keeping topside to... Yep, they're trying to start the Baron.
Looking for that Baron.
Jarvan on a reset has to make the long trek into the jungle, but Corki TPing, maybe poke him out, try and get something going. Does not have the package.
Kansas know about it now. Zinjar engages on the Corki. Corki has to disengage. A flash will be burned. A lot of damage coming in though. And the
Graves
Baron
not
will reset yet again.
Graves not having his ult available after using it to kill the Gragas does mean that the Corki will get to live for at least
Illinois
a little bit longer.
really wants this Corki.
Ooh.
J4's there to back him up though. Oh, but a beautiful Graves ult's gonna take him out. Veigar's getting dangerously low. Will get knocked down.
So that collateral damage does come back up, and the Graves does get to take out Corki, picking up, I'm pretty sure it was like a 900 gold shutdown on your most fed member. Definitely not ideal if you are KU here. So unless there's a miracle steal.
Ooh, a lot of Syndra damage coming in. Able to get rid of that J4. Gragas is not able to do much, unfortunately.
Zeri can really just chase him.
Going over
Oh
the
my
wall.
gosh.
Finishes off the Gragas, and Baron will go over to Illinois.
So that is a pretty hard one team fight for Illinois, as now the gold lead skyrockets to about 8,000. Blue buff making sure Syndra doesn't get to recall quite yet. Overall, not really going to matter, but is a little bit funny to see. Yeah, the game turns from bad but slightly playable to pretty terrible, much worse for KU here. Your Corki is your biggest guy, and him going down, giving over a bunch of gold to this Graves, who does have that IE, is very strong. Probably is, if I had to guess, probably just going to 1v9 the game.
Ooh, a lot of damage on from the Zeri onto the Veigar. Will take him out.
So you can see the idea for the Veigar counterpick there. Like, when she ults, you drop the cage on her, and she can't really make use of the movement speed she's getting because she's trapped in a small area. But Veigar is just so far behind, and the Zeri able to pick up 7 kills. They really, I don't think anything they can do right now would matter unless they can get a really good look out of the package from the Corki, which is probably the sole back into this game condition. And it looks like with this dragon spawning, they'll take some resets and make their way down, pick up that their third dragon of the game. Maybe after pushing a couple more waves, trying to leverage their Baron to create more pressure. Dragon will always be there. They do move down to take that objective.
The situation for Kansas here is looking very dire.
Yeah,
They were able to
I
keep
agree.
a 3 or so K gold lead under the reps, but now at this point, it's looking real ugly.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take something like a miracle to happen. Now, of course, all of that being said, they are down 10,000 gold. It is dire. Corki is still fed. He does have IE now. If the right circumstances happen.
Ooh, Xin Zhao gets a bit greedy there. J4 ult does lock it down a little bit further after the flash. Does not matter. Xin Zhao is in deeper there.
Ooh.
3 dead on Kansas side. Only able to pick up the Xin Zhao. A flash from the Senna. An ult from the Senna. Syndra will go down, but not much else. Hopefully Gragas can get out here. It's not looking pretty, but he does manage to get out.
Graves is coming. Graves did take down that mid turret.
Ooh. Just deleted. It will not matter.
Well, we did see a little bit of that glimmer of hope from the Corki there. They had what looked like a good look, but that Xin Zhao ult really buying so much time for his team to get there, and the Syndra hitting the Corki with that stun really kind of took him out of the fight. And it looks like game 1 will go to the side of Illinois, and we'll look to regroup and hopefully get a little bit something better going for game 2.
That's a really tricky one. You hope that the Veigar is able to counter the Zeri, get her under control, but just not quite able to do that. Not quite able to scale out the game accordingly, lock her down when she needs to be locked down. And the other thing is, Illinois really wasn't that heavily reliant on the Zeri. She, it's the Graves. The Graves is there. Yeah. The Syndra support. The Xin Zhao diving in exactly at the time that he needed to be there. Never dying because of how much healing and shielding he had.
Yeah.
It's just very unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would maybe like to see how this Veigar counterpick would go in a little bit of a different type of game where you don't have this Graves just monstrously out of control where nothing you do really matters, and it's just kind of like any fight that seemed close ultimately was just decided by Graves walking up and hitting you with that shotgun a couple of times.
Super good of Illinois to realize the situation that they were in. Like, you pick the Zeri, that's your first pick. You get immediately double counter picked. What do? You go elsewhere. You're like, all right, top's the carry. All right, mid is the support and carry potential as well with the Syndra. Super good stuff.
Yep. And with that, we will take a little bit of a break as we wait for game 2 to start. So don't go anywhere, and hopefully have a little bit of something better to show you in a minute.
And welcome back to game 2 of this series. Hopefully Kansas is able to take a win here. We get a game 3. That would be exciting.
Yes, it would.
So far, so similar on the band side of things.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what the adaptation is going to be here from KU. See if we'll see a different kind of a pick come out, some different stuff in the ban phase. Up to right now, everything is the same.
Shall I turn in my badge and rifle as well?
So if we are going to get the salty run back on the bans, it will be the Akshan here and the Renekton here. Though we could see that change to a Graves. It is the Karma ban, so I guess they feel like that pick was really oppressive. And
Covering the Renekton.
with that Renekton open, it looks like maybe that will be the first pick here. Still waiting for that to get locked in, but B1 Renekton, big meme in the league community, and it turns out it will actually just be the Zeri again. So we'll see if they run back that counter pick or if they have a little bit something different. It is the Senna.
Senna, and
I like the Senna. I think the
it's
Senna
fun.
is good because Senna is just very, very strong, period. And I don't think the Senna Veigar was necessarily the problem last game. So if they feel confident, they can try it again, which they are. I like that. I want to see it work in a little bit more of a stable game. See kind of what happens if the Veigar is able to get, or if the Veigar and the Zeri are even once they get to the team fights, really able to lay down that cage and suppress the fire from the Zeri. And the rebuttal here. Okay, I was going to be very shocked if it was Warwick, but it is Xin Zhao, so we are having a little bit of a salty run back, but it is Yuumi.
Yuumi gets over.
I think this is worse, and by worse, I mean worse for KU if they pick Yuumi, because Zumi is that combination, very strong, really just kind of running everywhere, and that's the whole gameplay. Janna instead will be the pick. Janna on this patch has become monstrously strong. There is a chance, I will say a slim chance, but there is a chance that this can be that Smite Janna top lane that has been kind of creeping around in solo queue. I would doubt it, but Glacial Augment Janna support is one of the stronger picks right now. With her new changes is just so strong. And Jarvan, again, the response. What do we see banned? Is it Darius? Is it Dr. Mundo? Or something new?
Well, it's a John at top, clearly. So no need to ban those.
Yeah, of course.
Aurelia instead. Okay.
Interesting. I trust whatever they are choosing to ban is the correct thing. So I like it. And now, Illinois, hopefully having all 5 bans today, or this game, do take away the Corki that was able to pop off last game.
Interesting.
Not quite able to drag them over the finish line, but the Syndra taken off the board. That Syndra didn't have like the best KDA, but you see so many of those scatter the weak stuns onto very key members at key moments, really kind of securing that some of those teamfight victories for Illinois. And the last ban of game 2 will once again be Tom Kench. And the response, last game it was Gragas. Is it the full salty run back and the Gragas top lane again?
I think on paper, yeah, I think you do the Gragas, unfortunately. But gosh, I'd love to see something a little bit more entertaining.
Let's see.
A Nautilus?
Nautilus. So maybe we're
Do I get my
opting
wish?
for the Veigar to not go into the bot lane.
A little bit, maybe. Some flex potential.
Interesting. I would hope it's not a Nautilus top or mid. But, I mean, who knows? Who knows at this point?
Yeah.
I think the Veigar is still fine, even if it's not support, because it doesn't really, like, the lane isn't really what you're picking the Veigar for. You're kind of picking it just to, like, have the cage for a team fight to limit the Zeri. With Zoe, the pick for Illinois in the mid lane.
I like that. I think that's clever.
Wait to see what the last pick is, what that top laner will be before I make a conclusion. Because it feels a little bit all over the place.
All over the place, indeed.
There's no way.
Yeah.
I think after the game he just had, going Jace is definitely the right idea. If you think I'm probably going to win this top lane as hard as I did last game, then going Jace is for sure correct, because Jace requires you to win super hard, and then he just kind of runs over the game by doing a bunch of damage. Garen, the hover, I don't imagine that gets locked in, but we'll see. Crazier things have happened. It is locked in. We will get Garen. So it looks like it will be...
Wow.
Well, wait. So we have Jace, Xin Zhao, Zoe, Zeri, and Janna. So we do have a little bit of a poke comp with the disengage with the Janna ult and the Xin Zhao ult. Really like that. And on the other side, we have Garen. So I don't really know who won. I'm willing to say Garen won because it's Garen. You know, everyone's favorite gameplay pattern of running up and then pressing R.
And then running away.
And then running away, of course. All right.
Looks like Veigar will be going in the mid lane.
Yes. I haven't played this matchup a whole lot, so I'm not really sure how it goes, but Veigar, again, really likes to scale. Would be curious to see if it is that Predator Veigar, which would be a lot of fun, but maybe a little bit less good in coordinated play, but we will see what happens. The most exciting thing here for me is that Garen. I'm excited to see kind of how that goes, but against Jace will be a little bit rough. And with that, we are going to take a quick break while we wait for the spectator delay, so stay hyped and don't go anywhere.
And welcome back. We are getting into things game 2 once again. Illinois looking for a little bit of a cheese this time in the top lane. We'll see what they can do with it.
Last game, they were able to get the flash out of the Veigar in the bot lane. This time, maybe hoping to get a little bit of a kill on the Garen. Ooh. With his positioning, it looks like he'll be safe since they aren't looking to chase into unreasonable territory. Nothing will come of it. No real deep vision. No real response. Just a plain old walk everybody top lane, see what happens. Looks like we are going to get farming Senna this game as opposed to the more support Senna. So you expect farming Senna to have less souls but more money. Now, that's not necessarily true because Senna's really good and really broken. So she's probably going to be very strong regardless. But I'm excited to see this Janna with a bunch of her new changes, making her Q much faster, can go farther, and the new glacial augment is definitely really exciting.
Jace with the first strike, a little bit of gold there. Gonna be interesting.
This is kind of what Jace lanes look like. Jace just kind of standing behind your minions, and you kind of really can't do much about it. Ooh, this is a little bit rough.
Yeah, this is not looking particularly tasty. Nautilus with the engage, a little bit of damage coming on to the Janna.
Just really good look there. Nautilus being able to take over that brush control and look for a hook when the minions are not in the way. Get some good HP, get a potion off of the Janna. Of course, damage while you have potions up at these early levels isn't super big because that potion does heal quite a bit. Botlanes will hit level 2 at the same time, and nothing will come of it. Oh, maybe something will.
Nautilus
Ooh.
does not land the hook.
Big field goal. Oh, that tornado.
Beautiful tornado.
It's dodgeable, by the way. All right. So this game we do have a little bit more standard clear from the junglers, as Xin Zhao is kind of running up on this red buff right now.
A little bit of a tussle happening in the top side jungle.
All right. There's a lot going on. At the same time, oh, I guess Xin Zhao has decided. All right, yep, this top lane is going a little bit rough. They are definitely about to dive this Garen with the Zoe up here.
The Garen, it will
I
get
will say
slept.
he is super
Xin
dead.
Zhao is
Oh.
in. A flash will come by. J4's there. The first blood will go over to Illinois. A lot of damage there coming in. Jace will get taken out by the Xin Zhao. Turret might be able to do some work. Not able to get it. 1 for 1. Do it 1 for 2. That's
So
rough.
definitely good that they're able to get that response kill into the Jace, but really unfortunate to have to lose 2 members there. It looks like Jarvan may have either used his flash to get closer or did mess up that EQ flash that he was landing so many times last game. I'm not really 100% sure, but Jace will TP mid, clear out that wave, and then walk top lane. Just a good move. Zoe walking top lane and helping him get ahead. You just allow Zoe to... Ooh.
A real tricky Nautilus hook flash.
Really do not like to see that. That is rather unfortunate.
That is rough. Garen doing Garen things in the top lane.
If I'm Garen here, I'm really just... Especially with this wave, I'm not having a whole lot of fun. If Jace is able to just kind of hold this wave here and really choke the Garen out of XP and gold and CS, it's going to look really, really rough. It looks like that is probably going to be the case. Hopefully once Garen hits level 6, he'll be able to do a little bit of something with that ultimate. Of course, does deal missing health true damage, so it is kind of a finisher, but it will do half your health. Whether you
the Garen
want it
is
to or
already
not.
back to practically full health.
Yeah. I'm not an expert on minions. I'll say it. But this doesn't look good. In fact, this looks like the opposite of good for Garen.
As a resident jungler, can confirm. not a good place to be.
So it looks like KU are just going to leave the Garen off to his own devices and try to take this dragon. They are getting contested on it.
Ooh.
And they
Will Illinois
They
have
will
to
get
take-
chased off. Zoe has the first rotation from mid, so kind of not really anything you can do about it.
Dragon's getting low. Illinois will be able to take that.
Top lane being pushed off of that minion wave. It is going to slowly start to push back into Garen, and he's going to make it crash while Garen recalls, and he's going to lose so many minions. This is it's a 30 CS gap. It's really unfortunate, but this is just kind of how Jace lane, or how Jace wants his lane to go.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe once the Garen is able to hit 6 or get a little bit of help up there, it will start to go differently. With that wave being crashed in, doesn't need the help from his jungler to help him with that, but I think it bounces back and will be in a little bit of an unfortunate place.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got relative calm, people taking their resets, no place to be had, which is a perfect time to inform all of you that we love that you're here. Thank you very much. And also, they removed Chemtech Drake, so next time you want to get mad at Riot, don't, because they love you. They love you just as much as we do.
There's a spring in our step at the news that Chemtech Dragon has been axed from the game.
Removed and gone and definitely forgotten.
Oh my gosh, so much gold from the first strike, the chunk of damage.
Garen is now level 6, but that does not mean it's getting any easier. Jace has been injected with so much money, so much CS. With that early lethality and Garen opting for the Berserker Greaves build path without really like all those stacks on his W, giving him bonus armor, he's going to have a little bit of like the rough time is going to become even rougher as the minutes go on.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden his flash will come up and Jace will die. So maybe I'm completely wrong, but we'll see. Oh,
Garen desperately
Going for
trying
a
to spin
dive.
to get the minions, but it's not gonna matter.
Xin Zhao was there to follow up on that dive, but he doesn't even need him, and the Garen goes down. 30, almost 40 CS lead top lane, probably about to pick up 2 plates.
Uh-oh, J4 gets caught on a ward, will get slept, and comboed, getting dangerously low, will get finished off. Ooh, the Zeri flash, she wants that Nautilus. It's not looking pretty. Does get the kill.
So I'm kind of curious what the idea was there. I'm not really sure why. There is a little bit of an aggressive move. We do see Xin Zhao on that top lane while they're taking the turret, but it's still really aggressive to go ahead and try to look for an invade like that. Does end up getting caught out, and KU lose 2 more members. Overall, losing 3 on the top dive plus the failed invade. Ooh.
A dash over the wall will mean that Zeri engages. Ooh, the poor Senna does get hit by a hurricane.
And Senna will get out just by burning the flash there. Really, really unfortunate timing. Must have thought they had recalled. They opted to not recall and stuck around to make the play on the Senna. Really smart from the side of Illinois to make that play. And here we are, 9 minutes into the game. Gold lead is almost, it's 3,500. It's definitely a much rougher game than last game, and I feel like that's saying something.
Yeah, things are not looking pretty for Kansas here.
Ooh, Jace already completing that Eclipse.
Oh,
That is
that's
a
brutal.
strong man.
Zeri
Oh.
again engaging over the walls. Potentially.
Senna with the root, able to ward off dying. Doesn't have to use her heal. So there's the silver lining, but that wave is again not in a great place. Really, Jarvan kind of feels like he may be getting dragged around, trying to help fix all these waves, not really able to do any of it. As they may be collapsed on trying to get this ward.
Uh-oh. Kansas is not looking good. We'll see
Drowsy.
if the Nautilus can get out. It's not looking good.
Nope.
Immediately
Super dead.
deleted. Wow.
And yeah, you are just trying to clear out some vision, maybe get something else going, but being caught on that rotation, pretty unfortunate. That Jaina tornado is so
It's
fast.
So fast. Oh my gosh.
The buff, it seems like such a minuscule amount when you read it in the patch notes, but it is definitely not small.
Jace is gonna be able to finish off this top turret at 10:30. Dragon's about to come
All
online
5
as well.
plates.
A dive mid onto the Veigar. It's not looking good. We'll get finished off. Nautilus hits the minion with the Q. A lot of healing. Able to come in. Looks like Illinois will be able to disengage. Potentially looking for the Nautilus. Potentially looking for the J4. Does finish him off.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh, just the sheer amount of CC and damage coming from this Zeri Janna combo. That's brutal.
So that is the power of Zeri when she uses her ultimate, that big shock area, that big electric area. Now, every time she inflicts damage on an enemy, she gains a stack. That lasts, I think, 6 seconds, and it refreshes the duration every time she gains one, every time she hits somebody. And each stack gives her stacking move speed, which is why at the end there, she was just sprinting everywhere, just kind of running without a care in the world, able to pick up that triple kill bot lane, completing the Triforce, an inner turret going down here at just 11.5 minutes. This is gone from bad to worse as the gold lead is 10,000.
Getting flashbacks from last week.
My gosh.
Except now we're on the receiving end of this paddling.
So the silver lining, the good news, if there is any, is Veigar existing. Because this champion, especially in the hands of someone like Jace, who has been the carry for KU so much before, really does scale to late game. Kind of have to see if they're able to get there, able to get him into that state where he can really just one-shot people. But if they're able to find something, maybe getting him the shutdown on the Zeri or being able to shut down this Jace, maybe they can get something going. I like to stay optimistic, you know? How about you?
We'll see if a miracle can happen, but right now it is not looking pretty. The Nautilus once again hitting the minion. J4's there. Will ult the Janna. A stasis will come online. Zeri, meanwhile, just chewing through the tank.
This just looks like another
chewing
triple
through
kill.
the Senna and chewing through the J4.
And it looks like KU trying just to make a desperate play to maybe get that shutdown on the Zeri. Unfortunately, the Nautilus ult does connect, but not the hook, and not really able to get anything going with that stopwatch on the Janna, able to buy some time for herself. Uh-oh.
A sleepy time has
Does
occurred
use the
for
cleanse.
Veigar. Does get the cleanse and
Okay.
will able to get out. Good. John is on a ward here. Half health.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It feels so impossible to really get anything going at this stage.
Oh my gosh, the vision that Illinois have in both sides of the Kansas jungle here is just brutal.
Yeah, really, once you lose like 2 top turrets that early into the game, you kind of just lose control over the quadrant of the map of that.
Ooh, a hook will connect. The Zinja will blow everyone away. Let's see if he's able to get out. Sleepy time for Garen.
Nautilus
And
hook maybe
Nautilus
coming
hook
up.
is here. Does not connect. Unfortunate.
And they commit.
J4 does not have an ultimate here. He will get finished off. Zeri just able to do what she wants. The Veigar maybe getting a little bit tricky there, but the Zoe does not care. This is ugly. This is ugly.
Ugly is definitely a way to describe it. Not going good. Not good is how I'll describe it. I know I'm have such a way with words. Zeri getting maybe over. Nope.
It will not matter. The Kane will have to prematurely ultimate. The tower is not able to do enough to finish him off. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I would say this game is all but over. Oh.
The Nautilus hits the hook. We will get a 900 bounty for the Nautilus.
The good news is that they got the shutdown. The bad news is that it went on the support.
A flash will come through. Does not get the knock up. Jafer will have to ult, but the Xin Chao is able to flash out, patiently waiting for it.
Demacia and Standard coming back up, hoping to chase for it. will end up giving up, and it looks like Nautilus will die once
Nautilus
again.
is not looking good. Ultimate
Oh.
will get canceled. And the J-Force emote.
Well,
We tried.
this was a game.
We tried.
It still is a game. We're still going on.
TP coming online. Not quite able to finish off the Jace. That's so unfortunate.
Electrocute not quite up to deal that extra little bit of damage. So close. Yeah. It's hard really to find silver lining to be optimistic about. I think this is just kind of a go next angle and regroup, recuperate, figure out what went wrong, go from there. Zeri 9-0, definitely a very strong champion.
Nautilus
Maybe being
will
caught out here.
Get the ultimate off. A lot of CC happening, but she's able to dash over the wall.
And she vaults over an entire wall, and it doesn't matter.
The Garen will become drowsy. Sleepy time for him.
Look how fast she is.
Not quite able to get the kill. It's unfortunate. She's so fast.
She doesn't even have her ult on. She's just sprinting everywhere.
Yep.
It's so crazy.
A lot of damage coming from the Zoe.
Well, looks like maybe the guys over on KU are in
Janna
some good
gets
spirits.
hit. Will not matter.
Anything at this point is just you throw something at the wall, you see if any of it sticks, see if you can maybe get anything done.
Xin Zhao's in. Will get hooked by the Nautilus. But the ult is ready. Nautilus getting dangerously low. The Senna heals are able to keep him up for a little bit longer here. First inhibitor down. And Illinois State will opt to back up.
They'll get the one inhib, back everybody else up, and Jace just kind of up here firing away at this on his lonesome. I don't imagine this will have any negative consequences for him. It looks like no. They'll move down for that dragon. Aha, here's a silver lining. Objective bounties are up. If you can somehow get a miracle steal,
Objective bounties are up.
maybe get one wave pushed. It's very hard with supers in mid lane and close to supers in top lane, but objective bounties. This is what you play for.
Third dragon will go over to Illinois. One away from the illustrious Ocean Soul.
I don't feel that we will get to see that Ocean Soul go over. The game may just end. Zeri probably just trolling a little bit with how far ahead they are, going with the IE second. For those of you who don't know, Infinity Edge. It gives you bonus critical strike damage, meaning your critical strikes do bonus damage. Oh. Okay. Oh, vaulting over the wall.
Zeri's
Yep.
in.
Very cool.
Vaulting over the wall. Will
But-
not matter. Garen trying to get anything done. Hits the blast cone. And deleted.
Well, anyways, Infinity Edge only does that if you have 60% crit, which Zeri currently does not. I'm not sure that it matters in the slightest, though. Oh?
Ooh, the Veigar root will come online, but it will not matter, as the Jace will leap upon the J4.
If they can not lose the game right here, that's the best case scenario. Getting the 1k on the Veigar. The Jace
and
also
a
going
Jace
down,
shutdown.
giving a shutdown to Veigar.
Very nice.
So it does go 2 for 2, but Jarvan is worth almost no money at this point, and Garen as well. So giving what seemed to be 2,000 gold to Veigar, it doesn't get them back into the game, but it at least helps. Of course, the gold lead is a nice high 13,000. If I'm nope. No, it's
16.
actually much higher than that. I can do math. 16,000? Something like that.
16,000.
Well,
It's not looking good.
it's not looking good. But the game isn't over yet. Baron will spawn in 30 seconds. Do expect Illinois to just go ahead and start that up right when it spawns, but maybe they're looking to get a pick on Jarvan here.
He's dancing.
Oh, he's baiting. He's baiting.
The big bait.
They know he's there.
Everyone's here. Ooh, Xin Zhao does get caged up. Hopefully shut down. Garen will finish it off. But the sheer amount of damage that Zeri can cause in the back line. It's not looking good.
Well, all right. Zeri Gaming, 200 years. A lot of years, actually. Much more than 200, most likely. Zeri ended this game 13-1-8. I won't say there was a glimmer of hope, but there was a slight miracle play with the overextension. But at the end of the day, Game 2 was just a little bit of a disaster, and the series will go over to Illinois 2-0 when they
decide to
end the game. Looking to get maybe a couple more kills.
Looks like the Jace maybe
And they
got a
will
little
not-
bit impatient.
They will not end, and we will go down to Illinois 2-0.
Brutal.
Extremely brutal.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Hate to see it.
The first game had some little opportunities where it felt like maybe we could have had a way in, and I wish we could have seen a little bit more adaptation, but felt like maybe the Zeri wasn't the problem. Didn't end up banning that. This game definitely felt like it was.
Yeah.
It was just a really excellent game out of Illinois there. So can't really fault anybody. Just kind of, sometimes the game just ends really early, and you just have to play the whole thing and see what happens from there.
A real quick 21-minute game here.
Yep.
Illinois very dominant, especially on the new champ. That's impressive stuff.
Yeah. All right. I believe that is it from us for today. We do have another match next week at the same time, at the same place. I do imagine it will go much better because I believe in our boys. So I hope you believe in them too, and we hope that you are back here with us next week. See you.